Hunger Dominus is going to double our power, and here is the moment we have all been waiting for. The Ceaseless Hunger is going to draw, or exile. They're going to do that, and look at all of that damage. Minus 139, not too shabby. Hunger Dominus for the win. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode of the Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. Before we dig into the deck, make sure to leave a like. The button looks just like this, and it helps out the channel tremendously. I greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dive in. I call this deck Double Trouble. So the thing I wanted to kind of focus on here, we have Zopandrel, the Hunger Dominus. I absolutely love this card, and honestly, this card is not really that good in Standard, so I thought, why not give it a home in Historic? How can we really bust this thing? Well, at the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. Sacrifice 2 other creatures, put an indestructible counter on it, so that's kind of nice. I did notice with the Cavalier of Thorns, there's a lot of times where you do the Cavalier of Thorns thing, you ditch things into your graveyard, and then you can actually use the Hunger Dominus to just kind of sacrifice some creatures, and then you can get the Cavalier of Thorns card back on top of your deck kind of at will. So I kind of like that little combination as well. But how else can we break this? Let's go for the Finale of Devastation. If we can get this for X equals 10 equals more, which is pretty easy with like Nissa. Obviously we have Utopia Sprawl, Settle the Wilds, Kiora, obviously the Shrine, that kind of like mono green devotion kind of stuff. But it gives it haste and plus X. So we can give the Hunger Dominus, if there's a full board, or an empty board rather, not a full board, an empty board, we can go in for the Hunger Dominus and just sweep right in, and it's just absolutely wonderful. Now, if we do need Trample, we have the Surrak and Goreclaw. Absolutely love this thing. We can give other things haste, which is nice because you can just give other things haste, but other creatures you control just have Trample indefinitely, which is wonderful if we do need to trample over with the Hunger Dominus. Of course, we have the Worldspine Wurm, which is good for a mill, and whenever it dies, you create 3 just Tramplers. Just an absolute beast of a card. And I really like this card too, because if you notice, we are running Settle the Wilds. Now, Settle the Wilds, later in the deck, we do have like these little silver bullets, so this is the only 6-drop in the deck. The Serra's Emissary is the only 7-drop in the deck, so technically this is kind of Selesnya. I do have the Temple Gardens. Utopia Sprawl can give white. Delighted Halfling can give white as well, and we can untap for white and stuff like that. But this is a 7-drop. Obviously, this is another 7-drop, but then this is an 8, which is kind of nice as well, because the Settle the Wilds can grab that. And we do skip the 9, so if we have 9 lands, you kind of have to be cognizant of that. But then you get the Ceaseless Hunger and the Worldspine Wurm. It is a little bit weird of a thing, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. But other than that, like I said, this deck is Defense of the Heart as well. Let's go ahead and give a little shout out to that. Defense of the Heart, we can just kind of just drop out. So there's no way we can get like a Massacre Worm or something like that, but if they have like a really aggressive deck and they're like wide, we drop Defense of the Heart and then we go for Serra's Emissary. So if they got like Elves or something like that, we just use Defense of the Heart, we snag an Emissary, and then we choose Creature, and then they can't like deal damage to us, and we just win with the Emissary. So that's why I'm really running the Emissary. Other than that, we just got these big things. I think I've been rambling on about it a while now. Got the One Ring, got the Karn, got a little bit of sideboard stuff here, got another little One Ring for a Karn. Big things happening here. I want to get into the Hunger Dominance. We have Ugin as well to kind of clear the board as well, but Zopandrel, I love this card, and I can't wait to kind of put I think this is going to really work. And Standard, not really the best card, but in this deck, I think we can kind of make it work. So go ahead and consider joining the channel. That'd help me out as a content creator. Really appreciate that. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Pankas, how we doing here? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and why don't have a force, do I? Okay, so that was a bad keep. Don't play like me. We're gonna get okay. Don't play like me, ladies and gentle mages, but we're gonna get lucky. I'd rather be lucky than good. I already know that. You know what? The Utopia Sprawl. We don't need a Utopia Sprawl on turn 1. We don't have anything to play other than the Cultivate. So things are looking very bad. But if we're playing against Control, we actually have a pretty good matchup versus Control. So yeah, like I said, we're going to maintain optimism. We're going to draw this land. We're going to draw this land. There we go. We're going to draw this land. They're tapped out. They went in for the Oracle of the Alpha. And now we got the Cultivate. So not everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're going to be able... Yeah, so this Utopia Sprawl... it's completely a moot point, but it's okay. Alright, so we got the Oracle of the Alpha. Now we're looking fine. So just kind of never mind that terrible keep, and we're looking good. 20 to 18. I think we're okay. This is not that big of a deal anymore. So, yeah, I got the Ulamog here. Alright. Definitely a little bit rustier and crustier in the world of Historic, but I definitely got to get better at Historic at some point, so I'm just jumping right in, and hopefully we can make this work. I'm actually going to call white with the Utopia Sprawl. It seems a little bit strange, but The reason I'm doing that is because we do have that one Serra's Emissary. That is kind of single-handedly how we shut off creature decks. It's pretty much the only way that we can. We don't have a sweeper, obviously. So I think going in for white on Utopia Sprawl and creating white mana that way is going to be our only way. So, you know the third path. And thankfully, like I said, thankfully we did have that really rough start. But with the One Ring and like with all this stuff, we're going to end up just fine. And I think we have a really good matchup versus control. We have a lot of firepower. So they are going to scry. They do have the Power 9 in their deck now. So the Oracle of Alpha. Very, very familiar with this card. I play a lot of it in Alchemy like that. So they swing in here. They do get their scry though. So let's go ahead and use the One Ring. Definitely love the One Ring. And the One Ring definitely needed that nerf. I do like that. So Settle the Wilds. I think we're just going to go for Settle the Wilds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Settle the Wilds will give us a 6-drop. So this should be our Trampler. Everything that gives us trample, so that's nice. So let's go and get that. And of course, we only have one 1-drop, or one 6-drop, one 7-drop. So we kind of know what we're getting into with the Set of the Wilds. I am going to go for the One Ring here. Just so we can actually maintain our land drop here. As long as we got this, I'm going to do something nuts. Let's go for the Finale of Devastation and go for X equals 1 and just get the Delighted Halfling out here. Let's just go ahead and get our little mana dork out here. This is another way that we can actually create white if need be, but search your library. They actually let it resolve, which is fine. I don't expect them not to. This is kind of a silly move, but we've got a full hand here now, and I think that actually is the best move, considering that we got the One Ring. Yeah, I think this is pretty good, especially with the Delighted Halfling. We do get the charm, but what I like about the Halfling versus control is that we can create uncounterable stuff. Unfortunately, now we can get countered because they stole our little Halfling, but I still think we're sitting relatively okay. Time Twister. Oh gosh. Okay, so each player shuffles their hand, graveyard into their library, and draws 7 cards. Okay, well, I mean, we actually still have some pretty decent stuff here. Obviously, the Ceaseless Hunger is really, really nice because whenever you cast it, not whenever it enters the battlefield. So whenever we cast it, we still have that going on for us. Of course, we got Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. Defense of the Heart is really, really cool, just because, I mean, we could make pretty good use of that. So we got to do a lot of thinking here. A lot of thinking. I do think, obviously, if you're not familiar with like Historic, jumping into Historic versus like this stuff can be a little bit overwhelming, but we're up for the challenge, baby. I gotta get more into Historic and Explorer, so. Because eventually I just want to be an all-around content creator. You know, if you followed me, I really appreciate that on this lovely journey. Let's go and drop the Ugin while I'm getting sentimental on you. Alright, I think we're just gonna go in for the Oracle of Alpha. I don't really think I need to do anything too crazy here. And of course the One Ring, I guess we, you know, let's just do it. Screw it. We also do maintain, we actually get one little green source here, so it doesn't really work out in our favor, but just discarding a Kiora is not that big of a deal. And I think next turn, if they don't do anything, we just have the opportunity to blow them away. But with this Lotus Field, let's see what we can do here. So Halfling comes out and they have their own One Ring. Of course we have the Ceaseless Hunger, so we can get rid of the One Ring that way. Alright, Field of Ruin. I think they're going to get rid of my Shrine, but I have another Shrine in my hand, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm actually running 2 of them, because I think this deck isn't just like full blown. It is mono green. Well, I guess it's not mono green, because we have the one Angel, but it doesn't really rely on devotion like a lot of other decks do. It is a kind of like a different little brew here, so let's go for, I mean, Ugin eventually is just going to be able to go for -10, and that'll be lights out. But at this point, I think we have enough to like really put the hurt on. With Finale of Devastation, I mean, they're basically like tapped out here. So let's go for the Utopia Sprawl. I guess we can kind of just do this. We'll call it white as we have been doing. And let's go for Kiora. I do want to get my green devotion up here, but I think that's kind of the max we're going to be able to do here. So let's do this. Obviously, we want to take the Utopia Sprawl, the one. And let's go for that. Let's go for the Finale of Devastation. Everything's gonna get haste, so I just gotta use my brain here. So if they don't have anything to really like, let's do this. Let's do this and go for, I guess we could do that and then just go for like Kiora. But I guess we want to use Finale of Devastation just to get a little bit more, out here. I think the game's pretty much over, because we're gonna be able to untap the Shrine. So search our library, and we can actually go in for the Hunger Dominus. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Love this card so much. And let's go ahead and just double our, yeah, let's just go in. Obviously they have the One Ring, but we're just prepping. We're just prepping here. I'm going to keep my Ceaseless Hunger still. What I want to do is we can go in for Karn. Let's just have a little fun with this. Let's go in for Karn. And next turn. Actually, no, we can actually do this turn, right? Yeah, so let's go for Karn here. Still have 2 left over.
Let us begin.
Man, Surrak is wild. Definitely a different world. We go for I think we're going to go for the Shadowspear. The Shadowspear, I know, can make our opponent lose hexproof. So we can actually probably take the Shadowspear, right? If we take Shadowspear, I'm just kind of, I don't want to play a little finicky here. Of course, I can't. I think we're just going to go for Shadowspear. Of course, we can actually cast this, and then we can actually go for the One Ring again. But we can actually go for Kiora too. So we probably, yeah, I think this is fine. I think we're still looking kind of okay here. Let's go and untap you. We're just kind of having a little bit of fun here. I don't want to take a whole lot of time. We're going to go for Settle the Wilds just for the heck of it. We don't really have I know we don't have a non-land permanent that we can't do. And last but not least, we got the Shadowspear, and I think that's going to be our turn. Alright, definitely might have played a little bit suboptimally there, but we have all of our little super friends out here. Day of Judgment's actually not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and take Hunger Dominus. I absolutely love this card. I am going to pay the life, so we're going to take 3 from the One Ring here. But let's go ahead and sacrifice you. I want to keep the Hunger Dominus nice and safe. If they don't have a way to exile, I think next turn is going to be when we really just take it from them. We also can gain life from the Ugin and stuff like that, so I don't think I'm in too much danger here. Of course, the Hunger Dominus with the Cavalier of Thorns really pays off the Hunger Dominus too, so let's go for the One Ring. We do have to be wary. We gotta be careful of our life here, but now the world's absolutely our oyster. They are completely tapped out. I think this is just going to be... They don't have any more One Ring protection. I think we're starting to just look good here. Let's go for the Shadowspear. I'm going to pay the 1. Permanents your opponent's control. Lose hexproof and indestructible. That is right. So if we go for the Ceaseless Hunger here, now we can actually take out... Of course, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, sure, let's do this. And we can even untap it with Kiora. I think we'll do this now. Sure, why not? Why not? Let's go for the Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, and we're going to get rid of their Lotus Field and their One Ring. Ooh, that feels really, really good. Okay, that feels really, really good. Of course, we get to draw some more. So here comes Nissa. Of course, we got the Ugin. Let's go for Ugin here. We're gonna gain 7. I mean, we're just having too much fun here. And we have the Finale of Devastation, and we're gonna do something absolutely insane, like just absolutely wildly insane. I'm sure I haven't played like 100% optimally. Because I guess we're gonna drop this Nissa. We didn't use our Nissa before, I don't believe. So whatever. Let's go ahead and get the new Ugin here. Let's go ahead and get Kiora here. And this game's absolutely over. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I want to try to speed this up a little bit just because I know like a lot of this ticky-tack stuff when we're doing this doesn't really make for the best of content. So let's go ahead and just be really as fast as possible here. Let's go for Kiora. And we are roping at this point, so let's go ahead and just try to make this quickly. Let's go for Finale of Devastation, and we're going to be able to just get everything out, and the Hunger Dominus is going to double all of our power out. We've got the Worldspine Wurm, and we're going to give everything haste. So Finale of Devastation, after all of this, here is the absolute devastation. I don't know, we got Serra's Emissary. We could at least drop that. I don't think it particularly matters. Everything's going to double their power anyway, so here comes the devastation. I guess we'll just call Creature. I don't think it really matters for the Emissary. Sure, yeah, sure, Creature, it doesn't really matter. I think we're good here, and Kiora does its thing. Woo, okay, let's do this. Clear the board here. This is the finishing touch. Here's the cherry. Let's go ahead and just clear the board here. Hunger Dominus is going to double our power, and here is the moment we have all been waiting for. The Ceaseless Hunger is going to draw, or exile. We're going to do that, and look at all of that damage. Minus 139, not too shabby. Hunger Dominus for the win. 0 static. My goodness, we don't have any of our 1-drops. I mean, we're on the play as well. I just think this is a little too slow. I think I'm going to take a mulligan here. I just think we kind of have to be a little bit more aggressive. Dang, I mean, I'm running 10 1-drops. Don't have any in here. This is even slower than the last. I think we're going to have to do a double mulligan. So just by default, we'll go ahead and get rid of the Ceaseless Hunger and one of the Finale of Devastations. Yeah, I think that's just going to be what we have to do here. So they probably think that we're running the Fragment Reality deck with the aggressive mulliganing, but nope, we're just trying to get into a little bit faster of a hand. Alright, not a big deal. I guess we don't have to lose unnecessary life. I guess we'll just go for the Delighted Halfling for now. Hopefully we can get into maybe one of our, 3-drops, like a Kiora or something like that, to kind of really make use of it. because there's a decent chance the Delighted Halfling goes away, but the Tenacious Underdog, we actually don't really mind that. And hey, you ask and you shall receive. Not that bad. So let's go in for the Shrine, and let's go in for the Settle the Wilds. Okay, not that bad. And then we get to seek a random 3-drop, which is going to be the Kiora Behemoth Beckoner. Big fan of alliteration on the channel. So we're looking okay here. This is actually looking all right. Take 3, but that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. Now we can actually go for Nissa, who shakes the world. We get the Worldspine Wurm, which I love this little thing. This thing's really cute. And yeah, might as well just go for the Nissa here. Feels pretty good. I think the double mulligan did end up paying off, so let's go ahead and use Nissa. All right. The land shall conquer you. That's right. Let's go ahead and use this forest. Got Vigilance, of course. Maze Mine Tome. All right. Well, let's go swing in here. If they've got the Fatal Push, they've got the Fatal Push. So, all right. Feeling pretty good. And then next turn, we can go in for this Finale of Devastation, potentially. Potentially. But we got to see what's going on here first. All right. How can we protect Miss Nissa? They can't really go for Hydra the time, I don't think. So, I don't think... I mean, this is black. They're not really going to be playing, like, pump spells. This is a little risky. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. I mean, can they really do damage here? Maybe, like, the March. There's that, like, there's the March of Wretched Sorrow. So, we're looking good there. I think we're going to go in for Utopia Sprawl. Let's go in for you. We'll tap you for that. Go for Utopia Sprawl on you. I'm actually going to call out white, which seems a little goofy, but, you know, it is what it is. And let's go for Kiora. We're trying to build up the Nykthos.
My pets are hungry, and you look like lunch.
And you look like lunch. Let's go ahead and untap you.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Rise, my elemental friend. And now we can start doing the shrine stuff here. So let's go for you. Bang. Ooh, and we get 5, so let's go for Kiora here. Nykthos again.
I love to make a splash.
I love to make a splash. I really wish the Worldspine Wurm was not in my hand, though. Because we could just go for a Finale of Devastation. But we still have the hunger thingy, so let's do this. Alright, so that's 8. I wanna just kind of kill him right here and there. So Finale of Devastation, we can do this for 2. We can get this for 6. And then we can go for 8. Give everything haste, but yeah, so we can go for 10 though, right? So Finale of Devastation. Yeah, I think we can do this, right? Search your library. We can go for Ulamog. It does have Indestructible, which of course is very, very nice. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go for the Hunger and Dominus. We do have the creatures here to give it protection as well. We also get to draw Llanowar Elves. Don't get the one-turn kill, kind of fun stuff here, but nah, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Of course we do. They have no response, and we just take it with the Hunger Dominus. Absolutely amazing card. Ghost Dragon. That is a spooky little name here. Let's go ahead and keep this. Got the Delighted Halfling. Delighted to have you. Of course, being like on the play. Got Nissa, who shakes the world. I really like the Defense of the Heart, too. So if we're playing against like a really heavy creature deck... Ooh, Ruin Crab. Oh my goodness. Okay, so at least we have to Settle the Wilds. Let's just go for the Settle the Wilds. We gotta be quick though, because this Ruin Crab does get kind of nasty pretty quickly. And I don't think Defense of the Heart is going to be very... Excuse me, I don't think it's going to be very, very relevant in this match, so... Now, what I do like is we do have the Worldspine Wurm. Obviously, we love that, but let's see if that's going to be enough. So, Glimpse the Unthinkable. Let's see if we get into our little Worldspine Wurm here. No, this is okay. So, yeah, let's just do the most obvious thing. Let's just go for Nissa, who shakes the world, and let's go ahead and shake up the world, baby.
This land, we are all connected. Be
All
wary
right.
of the ground you walk on.
Nissa, who shakes the world. Let's see if we can shake them up pretty good here. Founding of the Third Path. Like I said, we do have the Worldspine Wurm, which obviously we love. Don't see it yet. Oh, and they go for the Obscura Storefront. So at this point, we're pretty much just going to try and be an aggro deck. Back when, man, Ruin Crab, this thing is a menace. It's been a while, buddy. How have you been? It's been a hot second. So, Utopia Sprawl. Okie dokie. We don't really have a whole lot to do here. I think we're just going to take Nissa and just kind of like try to be as fast as possible. The Defense of the Heart's irrelevant. Kiora is a little bit irrelevant here. So I think we'll just go for Utopia Sprawl. That's fine, I suppose. Just not a whole lot doing here. I think we're going to go for green. That's fine. And I'm going to do this. I think we're going to go for double Nissa. And
The land fights for us.
-8. I just don't really think the -8 helps us that much. So I'm actually going to go for double Nissa and just get as many 3/3 forests onto the battlefield. I know it seems a little bit wonky. It kind of is.
Together, we will prevail.
But the -8 doesn't really help us that much. They have indestructible. I don't really care about that. I think we're just going to have to do this. We just need as much damage as possible. That's pretty much how we're going to win this. So I think I can go for Kiora and then just untap the forest as well. Sounds good to me. A little risky considering they could have like a counter.
Hugged by a kraken before.
By a kraken. Kiora, I gotta love Kiora. Yeah, let's swing in here. Yeah, I mean, I think we're doing the max we can. Take him down to 8. Of course, we don't really love... I guess we might as well go for Defense of the Heart here. They give us an oops. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they've got... Do they have lethal here? Obviously, we have the Worldspine Wurm to kind of like keep us away. Glimpse the unthinkable. Alright. There's our Worldspine. I did see it. I did see the Worldspine Wurm. Okay. The Worldspine Wurm. I keep saying Spire, I think. Spine Wurm goes back into the grave. So every time they mill us out like that, I mean, it's not really going to do a whole lot. So getting a little nervous here. Of course, we would rather see the Worldspine Wurm in our library. Another land is like kind of unfortunate, but I mean, I don't know. I think, are they good here? I think, yeah. I think that it was the best move to go for double Nissa there. Just get as much damage as possible. And of course, we're setting the house here. Snapcaster Mage. Okay, well, they can do this, but they can't flash anything back. They're just going to use this to block. And that is... They're going to hold off for another turn. Bang, bang, bang. Down to 1. I guess not. I guess we'll just kind of chill. Whatever. And like I said, even if they do try to mill us out, we have that Worldspine Wurm. And the Worldspine Wurm, I know that mill lurks. Oh, no! Tasha's hideous laughter! Oh, I think we're good. I think we're good. What, is the Worldspine Wurm? Okay, no Worldspine Wurm. They give us a good game, and the worm lets us have it. Let's go. Junk Bear, how we doing here? This is, again, looking a little slow. I'm going to have to mulligan this away, just so we can get into a little bit more speedy things. Let's go ahead and put the Ulamog. Yeah, let's put the... We'll stay hungry. We'll stay hungry. So, we're going to go for Delighted Halfling, and hopefully this will be a little bit better of a start here. So we got this. Where are we going? Oh, Ruin Crab. So another matchup versus Mill. I do think we are relatively okay to kind of be equipped for this, but let's go ahead and pass the turn.
Do I love krakens? Oh, just can't kelp myself.
Just can't kelp herself. You gotta love Kiora here. So let's see. I mean, obviously I do like them getting rid of the Ugin. Double Ugin doesn't seem very good. Ooh. Very rude. Very, very rude. Now we're looking a little bit rough here. So we got the Temple Garden at least. That's kind of nice. And we really don't, I mean, I don't care about the paying the life. That's absolutely irrelevant. But let's go for the Defense of the Heart. In case they got like triple Ruin Crab, I guess we have the Defense of the Heart, but we really have no other move here. So we're still looking for another land. So they're just going to be able to mill us out. Of course, we like the Worldspine Wurm. Ooh, Mesmeric Orb. Okay. This card is really, really cool. I'm a pretty big fan of this card. We just have to cross our fingers and just hope we snag a land. And we do. We get the Boseiju. So this is actually pretty close. I don't think it's worth it just to kill this thing with the Boseiju. No, we're just going to have to go for the Nissa. Hello, Nissa.
Witness the ties that bind us all.
Witness the ties that bind us all. You heard her. And it was kind of nice. So, fortunately, this thing does have Vigilance. That is kind of nice. But yeah, this Mesmeric Orb, man, this card is absolutely insane. Got the Ugin the Spirit Dragon, which we kind of pick off the Ruin Crab, but one thing of the third path. Okay. Wings of Rebuke as well. Okay, so that's actually not the end of the world. I thought they may have gone for the Edict as well. Alright, so fingers crossed. This Defense of the Heart, obviously not really paying very many dividends here. Serra's Emissary. Okay, that is not going to cut it, unfortunately. I think we just have to pretty much do the same exact thing, unfortunately. So let's just go for Nissa yet again.
Strange and magnificent world.
Yep, mill a card, ouch. Swing on in, down to 35. But they are missing land drops here, so it's not really beyond the pale. We can still kind of take them out. The Serra's Emissary, of course, not looking great here. We could cast it. We do have different ways that we can cast it. We got the Delighted Halfling, the Utopia Sprawl, Temple Garden, and untapping stuff here. So it's not totally out of the realm of possibility. 27 land. We do have, okay, so here we go. Here we go. That is kind of what we like here. I am going to attempt. I don't want to, I want to tap. This is fine. This is fine. So we got the Delighted Halfling. They can't counter us either. There we go. There we go. So I'm just trying to think here. Do I want to get... Yeah, let's do this. I think we're okay with losing the Halfling here. So let's actually go for this, and we're going to go for 2. To get rid of the Crab and you. And then we go in for Nissa. You gotta love Ugin. Ugin is just so freaking cool, man. So let's swing on in. Looking pretty good, down to 6, and like I said, we don't have to worry about they can't go for that. I think that actually played out very, very well, especially with Ugin and the Nykthos, just how that worked out. And of course, we want to just be as aggressive as possible, and another mill deck goes down. Pop dies, how are we doing here? I guess we can keep this. This looks fine. We got the Lair of the Hydra. I do like Lair of the Hydra, especially for like control-y type stuff. So our opponent has a double mulligan. Let's go ahead and give them the friendly mulligan hello. And I wonder if this is like the Fragment Reality deck. And we don't have to worry about it because we just take the dub. Slim Shendy, how you doing here? All right, let's go ahead and keep this. Looks pretty decent. We do have the Utopia Sprawl, so a little bit on the later end of like all of our curve. That's okay. As long as we have the Utopia Sprawl, I think we can kind of find a keep here. Yep, let's go ahead and pay the 2. Gonna be no problem for me. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's call green. It's fine. We have the 3 Temple Gardens, so what I've been kind of saying about the Emissary, we should be good for that. Electrostatic Infantry. This card actually sees like a decent amount of play recently that I've seen on Standard. So don't have anything else to really play. Kind of getting a little nervous here. Don't want to get too slow. I could have gone for Finale of Devastation to put out a Delighted Halfling, which is something I am known to do. But then I do have to shock myself in. And when we're playing against this, I'm a little apt not to do that. Plus, we can just do it next turn. Alright, so Electrostatic Infantry. Are they just going to go ahead and buff this thing up? Yep, okay. Wizard's Lightning. 15, down to 13. I think that's okay. I think we can kind of withstand that. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to go for the Finale of Devastation, because we can't go for the Nissa anyway. So let's actually put this in tapped, and then Finale of Devastation for 1. Yeah, I know. For a measly, hilarious little 1. Hopefully we don't get countered, and then we can go for Delighted Halfling. Yeah, it's not great, but like I said, it is what it is. It's better than nothing, I suppose. And then next turn we can start doing some cool stuff. But yeah, looking a little... Hopefully I don't get Faded Hope. Yep, the Fading Hope. Okay, another +1/+1 counter on the infantry. Not great, but next turn we can at least just go for the Nissa. I'm starting to feel a little nervous, especially this thing's getting bigger every single turn. It does have Trample as well. Oh, Reckless Charge. 7/5. Ew, like, can they do it again? No, not the flashback cost, because they didn't miss their land drop here. So, at 6, but I'm not running hard removal, obviously, so I think we're just going to drop the Nissa, and if they've got a counter spell, it's probably looking like lights out. We're good.
Seek shelter in my stewardship.
Let's go in for you. I guess we can kind of swing in here.
Behold nature's true power.
Can't really make use of the Temple Garden, so I guess we'll just do this. And are they going to Fading Hope me? Absolutely nasty. I think that's probably going to do it. I would assume they have enough damage to kind of put me out on the back end here. But, yeah, just pretty much one thing takes it in the Reckless Charge. So, you know, we'll go ahead and give them a good game. Just a little bit slow there. I think yeah, obviously not running removal kind of definitely hurts us here. But we'll go ahead and give them GG's. It's a fun little deck here. Very, very nice little deck, especially with the Reckless Charge. And that's going to do it. I guess I'll just go ahead and concede to make this a little faster, so GG's. Denzine, how are we doing here? Let's go ahead and keep this. Looking pretty good. Oh, that is a mulligan. Let's go ahead and give our opponent the friendly mulligan. Hello. Everybody needs and deserves a friend when you take a mulligan. So I'm going to go ahead and just go in. Well, I guess we might as well go for the Utopia Sprawl. A little less susceptible to removal, so let's do this. And I guess we'll call out green. Sometimes I do want to go white, just in case we have a Serra's Emissary. But that's more for like the later game anyway, so we're not too worried about that. Alrighty, alrighty. I think we'll just go in for you. Just get down our Delighted Halflings. And eventually we can go in for the Nykthos and just kind of do some fun stuff there. And do we still have mana? This is historic. Do they have mana burn? I never played during the mana burn days, but I heard about it. So I was going for the Nykthos here. Obviously, with the Delighted Halfling, we can cast a legendary spell, and Nissa is legendary, so we don't even have to worry about any sort of shenanigans. So let's do that. I'm just trying to think here with the Nykthos. Yeah, this is fine. Of course, not being able to be countered is absolutely wonderful. Let's see if they have Reprieve. They do have Reprieve, which is pretty annoying, but it's okay. And Delighted Halfling, I actually cannot go in for another Delighted Halfling just because it only gives colorless mana, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Fragment Reality, so it's just a 1-for-1, not a big deal. Not a big deal. We got Ugin for later, but obviously you already know. Let's go for Nissa here. No Reprieve this time.
We will not fail.
We will not fail. And I think I'm going to go for Boseiju. I don't really want to put this thing into harm's way just yet. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do you. I don't really need anything else. Yeah, let's do this. I only need one because this is technically not a forest. So I'm not going to get the additional land there. So I think it's okay. We still go in for Finale of Devastation next turn if they tap out here. Get lost on the Boseiju. So that's exactly why I kind of want to keep the enchanted land there. Just safe. It is close. I mean, we can just drop Ugin and that's pretty much just like lights out. And then we make it uncounterable. But the Finale of Devastation is kind of the more fun thing to do. I think we're just gonna go for Ugin though. Sure. Let's just do this.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Let's just do this. I really want to go for the no. Okay, cool. It actually didn't end up mattering there. I'm such a bonehead. I didn't even go for the Delighted Halfling, so they could have like yeah, they could have just hard countered us really. So hello Ugin, hello. Sorry, little sloppy there, but we got you out here, buddy. We will destroy you. All right, so we got 2 map tokens as well. So let's go ahead and just kind of put them on. Oh, it is what it is. Elves. I say no to the elf, and I'll just go ahead and put this on the halfling. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Like I said, a little sloppy there. Got a little bit nervous. The game is absolutely not over. As long as we keep the shrine and the temple garden with the Utopia Sprawl safe, there's at least, you know, Field of Ruin. I'm actually going for the next instead of the temple garden, which is completely fine with me. Let's go ahead and take that. That's fine. So we can't do any of the big crazy stuff here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can go for 6, 7. Another Nissa. I do kind of want to see if I can go for Finale of Devastation, though. Really a fun card. I mean, we are threatening for lethal here as well. So let's go ahead and do this.
Ghost fire.
I absolutely love Ugin so much. Alright. They can't go for like Settle the Wreckage or anything like that, so I think what I'm actually going to do is go in for this Nissa as well. And just put as much damage as possible on the board here. I know they can counter this, but if they do, then they just like left wide open, so. From the looks of it, we could have went for the Finale of Devastation, which would have been kind of fun here, but they just scoop it up anyway, and we get the GG's.